with Carly, creative journaling, and Blossom with her beautiful piano music. And Natalie is with us for the first time. Well, she was with us the other night, but she's with us journaling for the first time. Natalie is an intuitive card reader, which is why I am very excited to have you with us, Natalie. And I'm actually going to ask you to unmute yourself and introduce yourself since you're it's your first time being here with us.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm Natalie. I was born and bred in France. I've lived in Australia now for 27 years, so I definitely call Australia home. And I've also lived in the UK, in the Netherlands, in the UK where I picked up my husband, in Netherlands where I had a child, and I am an intuitive card reader. I'm also an intuitive jewelry designer, a Reiki healer, and obviously a guided meditation teacher. And thank you for having me. And I am a very keen journaler. I journal most days, so I've got my journal ready as well. So thanks for having me, Violet,
Thank you for
and
saying
everyone.
yes. I asked her at the last minute, like I do with a lot of people. So I appreciated you saying yes. And it was because I saw that you were an intuitive card reader. And of course, I love using cards for my journaling inspiration because I love to journal. So when I saw that in your bio after you were with us the other night, I was like, she's got to come journal with us. So I'm thrilled that you're also a journaler because obviously it was meant for you to be here.
Yeah.
All right, Carly, I'm going to let you introduce yourself.
Hello, hello, hello. First of all, I just want to say hi to Natalie, another Aussie. I hadn't met Natalie before. I hadn't heard about Natalie before. And then when Violet said that you were coming on, I went this morning when I went and did my morning cacao meditation. I went and listened to your Merlin track and it was magic. It was beautiful. So I highly recommend going and listening to the Merlin track. It was really, really lovely. So thank you, Natalie. And really great to meet another Aussie. So thanks, Violet, for having me back. My name is Carly. I'm a creative arts therapist. I'm here for everything creativity. It's my oxygen. It's something that I love doing, and I do it in so many different forms that I don't think we have enough time to list everything that I do. So today I'm going to be art journaling, similar to what we did last week with Blossom Violet playing in the background, her beautiful music. Today I'm going to be working in my tarot art journal. So I'm super excited. Thank you, Violet, for having me and for picking it at a time where I'm not in my pajamas.
Well, I've got three people from Australia here, so which is really cool for me to be, usually it's the other way around. So it's exciting for me to be like the one in the US and the three of you are over there in Australia. And I had referred to Natalie as an Aussie, and I forgot that you did tell us at the live that we were at the other night that you were, where were you from originally?
I was born in France.
Wow,
I
how
lived
cool.
I lived in France until I was 21. So you might hear me occasionally trip over a word, but I feel super comfortable in English. Obviously, I've
Love
spent
it.
the whole of my adult life speaking it. So
That's
That's
awesome.
the
I love
joy
it.
of Australia. Hey, we're like the one of the most welcoming multicultural countries. Like it's
Nice.
amazing.
Nice.
yes,
So
it is.
I think this group is beautiful because we've got so many different like backgrounds and cultures. Like I'll take the bogan Aussie name and you can be the eloquent Aussie and Blossom Violet will be somewhere in the middle between us.
All right.
All right.
So the
So
three of
the
us are
three
going
of
to
us are
mute
going to mute
ourselves and we're going to
ourselves and
let
we're going to
Blossom
let Blossom
introduce
introduce
herself.
herself.
Because
Because
if
when
you hear an
if you
echo,
hear an
it's
echo,
because
it's
when
because when
Blossom's
Blossom's
unmuted,
unmuted,
she's echoing and
she's
we don't know
echoing and we don't
why.
know why.
Well, that's technology. I even tested before I came live. So, yeah, you never know about technology. Hello, everyone. Hi, Natalie. Great to see you. It's good to be surrounded by Aussies for a change because every time I go to any lives and it's mostly non-Aussies. So hello everyone. My name is Blossom Violet. I play the piano and Insight Timer, and I let music flow through me, which means I don't pre-plan what I play. So every time I go live, it's something new, and sometimes I even surprise myself what music that gets downloaded to me. So yeah, it's great to be here, and thank you, Violet, for your invitation to join you, and great to see Kali, of course. And last time we did this, we had so much fun, and I really enjoy your amazing creation. And yeah, so let's see what we can do today together, and let's go. I'm going to mute myself now so you don't hear the echo.
All right, awesome. Well, Natalie, not to put you on the spot, but we're going to start with you. We're going to let you pull a card for us. We're going to request that you pull a card for us.
Um, because I'm a Oracle and Tarot deck junkie, and I have like over 80. I
Wow.
always find it difficult to choose amongst my babies the one
Yes,
that
I understand.
I'm going to be using. So I have 4 of them, and I like to multi-layer. So I'm just, if that's okay, I don't
Yes.
want to spend too much time, but
Oh no, I
I'm
want
going.
no. You take as much time as you want. This is something that I love. I have 60 card decks and I don't even know what to do with most of them. So I am all for you showing us what you do and do your thing. Absolutely. Because when we after we move to the journaling portion, Blossom will be playing her music and Carly will be doing her creative journaling. So we have plenty of time.
Right. Okay. So, do you have a theme, or you just want me to tap into the energy of this beautiful group and
Definitely tap
just
into, yes.
okay. All right. So I'm going to start by just drawing a card from the Oracle of Delphi deck by a lady called Susie Cherub.
I love it
And
already.
I'm just going to pull basically a card just to ask Spirit to set up the scene for us and just give us like a nudge as to what we need to know all about, as a group. So there you go. And the first card is a card called Odyssey. And it is about going on a quest, finding our treasures. It's the keywords are offer, treasure, and celebrate. So I'm seeing it that at the moment, all of us are requested nicely, but then a little bit more urgently, if we resist, to really tap into our unique gifts, our unique spiritual gifts, and to celebrate them and to really go on a journey of discovery. And because they're needed in the world at the moment.
Yes.
And even though we might all read tarot and oracle cards, we all bring our unique energy to that. So it's always different, regardless, you never need to compare yourself. So go on that journey on Odyssey. And the Odyssey to me is also the hero's journey. It's realizing that it is, we are the hero or heroine we've been waiting for, that it's always been us, basically. So that's the first message that I'm
Wow.
getting out of that.
And that resonates so much with the theme we had with John, right? The commitment to love. How
Yes.
we're the ones that have to, be the hero. Yes, I love it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I'm just going to pull a card from the other 3 that I've got. The next one is Intuitive Whispers Oracle by Maud Hurst.
Oh my gosh, I love all your decks so far. I love them.
Oh, and it's again about the deep wisdom that lies within you. That's what, so it's stepping within, it's knowing that we have absolutely everything we need. And that card, hey, it's called Become Your Own Priority.
Wow.
Always put yourself first, your own gifts. And it really reminds me of something that's come up recently, like in the last couple of days, regarding money with me, how as a spiritual person, I always wanted to be of service and I wanted money to come so that I could give it away. And my guides have just said to me, you know what? Money as an energy of pure love has always wanted to come to you first, for you to receive pleasure, for you to look after yourself first. And when you do so, by definition, it ripples out of you and everyone benefits, and you end up doing the good in the world that you want to do. But you are to be first, and it's not being selfish. It's the way we have to fill our cups first. So that self-care is not a luxury. It's a necessity, especially when you're going on a hero journey.
I love this so far. I feel like those two messages already are resonating so loudly. I love it.
They're gorgeous, aren't they? So to follow on that, I'm going to use the Priestess of Light Oracle by Sandra Ann Taylor, because that's who we are. We're all light beings. We're super powerful. We're energetic beings, and we are just ready to shine our light bright. Hey, and look at that. And I'm watching, I don't know if any, or I'm listening to the podcast called the Telepathy Tapes at the moment that have been all about deeply autistic kids that are non-speaking, and how they have all of these, not only ability to communicate by telepathy with each other, but they also have huge psychic abilities and being able to make premonitions about what's to come and just tapping in universal energy. And look at what I have just pulled. This is a precognition, psychic ability, future vision. So it's, all of us, I'm so excited, are ready to communicate telepathically with each other, tap into that universal energy, tap into the wisdom of the animals, the minerals, the plants, the trees, and to receive all of this deep wisdom that is all around us, tap into the unseen, become seers, being able really to recognize messages, to recognize synchronicities. And obviously, look at this beautiful lady who's priestess, how she's just tapping, receiving light from the universe, but also how she's glowing
That is
so bright.
gorgeous.
So,
Gorgeous. You're gonna have to send me pictures of these cards afterwards. I love them all. I don't have any of those decks. I love them.
and then the last one that I'm going to be using is Soul Coaching Oracle deck by a lady called Denise Lynn.
Know
She's a
her
very
well.
prolific.
Yes.
She's a very prolific, and this one has been recently updated. And interestingly, I wasn't resonating with it before, but I really do now with the new visuals, because just like Carly, I am an artist, I'm a jewelry designer, I'm a creative. So the visuals really resonate really strongly with me. I'm
And I
watching with
meant,
fascination what she's
yes,
creating for us
I
now.
love it.
Wow.
I love it. I was gonna say, and I
And
saw your jewelry, and your jewelry is gorgeous. I mean,
oh,
really gorgeous, amazing. Like I could feel the energy just looking at it. It's
it's
beautiful.
all downloaded, yes. So to me, I see the jewelry as another means of radiating my energy in the world. And it's infused with Reiki, and each piece is really meant for that one person to really awaken them, empower them, heal them. I work very closely with the crystals. I receive messages from the crystals.
I
It's a
love
very
crystals.
channeled. It's a channeled. And look at what Carly is doing. It fits my color as well.
I know, I
I'm
know.
feeling it.
Yes.
It's all the violet, the
Yes.
pink. So the last card from that soul coaching is,
And funny that I'm wearing violet and pink today too.
there you go. We all attuned to the same energy. Is the awakening card. So what a beautiful way to finish that. So go on the Odyssey, on the hero journey, celebrate yourself, uncover your internal hidden treasures, make yourself first, fill your cup first, tap into your ability to see beyond the visible, to tap into the hidden realms, whether you are connected to the elementals or the galactics like I am. I have guides from both. I don't discriminate in terms of guides. I accept everyone. And this awakening, we are awakening to our own magic.
Amazing.
So these are the cards.
And I loved all the colors, all those purples and blues. Those are like my two
Yes,
favorite
yes,
colors.
yes, yeah, 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 yeah.
Excellent. All right. So So we're going to use that as our journaling inspiration. And Carly, do you want to briefly let us know what you're doing over there? Because it is beautiful. We're mesmerized.
Sorry, I couldn't wait to get started because all those beautiful words Natalie was saying, it was just making me go, oh, I want to make, I want to create, I want to do
Yes.
something. So I wanted to start my journey.
Yes,
So
I hear you. I'm grabbing my journal.
I'm like, I'm not waiting. I'm sorry. I'm just going to start. So the process that I love taking, especially with this type of art journaling, is more just creating like beautiful abstract backgrounds, like what I did in last week's session. And because this is my tarot journal, which just FYI, I don't know how to read tarot yet. I am learning, and this is what this journal is about. So I'm going through each card and writing down just some highlights for each card. So being a creative person, I too love visuals, obviously. So I wanted something beautiful and something that was going to draw me. And so the two cards for this particular spread that I'm working on, I'm working with the Lovers and the Chariot. And so these were the colors that I'm going to be kind of working with. And I was really drawn with this stencil for like a very moony, very, I wanted to sort of take us into that odyssey of the galaxy to start with. So my process, I don't really have a rhyme or reason. I just use layers, use my hands, use different tools, use different colors, stencils, stamps, and I just create. I think, like I said in last week's session, when we give ourselves permission to just make a mess and create, there's nothing that can't be recovered over. If you don't like it, add another layer of paint, take some away. That's what I was doing with the stencil. I was removing some of the color with the stencil so that the picture came through. Give yourself permission to be crap at something, because beautiful things can come out of the mess of abstract art. So that's what I plan on doing.
Probably what
Awesome.
I'm getting is like you are doing what I'm doing with the cards and possibly with the jewelry. You are telling a story. You're adding layers and layers onto the story. The story will evolve, obviously. Sometimes it starts you following a thread, and then you are led to go slightly, off path, but then you find your way again. And so it's really very much aligned, I think, with what we're all doing. I'm loving it.
Yeah, I definitely, and I love this little tarot picture that I found online. It's the crafter. I was like, yeah, that's me. Just making a mess, using all the tools and seeing where it takes me. So I'm really excited to listen to Blossom play today and see what comes through, because the page is going to look very different by the end of it. So yeah.
Awesome. And for everybody who's joining us, one of the reasons we started these weekly journaling sessions is because I often get asked, I love journaling, and I often get asked, how should you journal? What are the rules? And I always tell people that there are no rules. You journal in whatever way works for you, whether you are creative like Carly is, or you write in a book like I do, or you play piano, whatever it is you're doing, you do what works for you, because that's what keeps me coming back to journaling all the time. And, I've disagreed with people who say, oh, you've got to do it with a paper and a pen. And I'm like, no, you have to do it whatever way your heart tells you to do it, because that's what's been working for me. So that's what we do here. We journal together, and Blossom's going to play some beautiful music for us. And Natalie, if you have anything you want to add before we move to Blossom, please feel free.
No, I just wanted to say that for me, my experience, my personal experience of journaling started with the reading. Well, actually, I'm going to say not reading the book The Artist's Way, opening the book of The Artist's Way and going as far as reading about the morning pages. And that was it. The rest of the book did not resonate with me at all.
Same here, yes.
I was obviously meant to read about the morning pages. And then I wanted to add that I diligently, if you know about astrology, I have lots of points and planets in Virgo, so I can be sometimes very inflexible, very disciplined, too over routined. And of course, I thought morning pages every morning, come rain or shine, whatever happens, have to write it. And then I was guided by my guide sort of last year to take a chill pill, Natalie. It doesn't need to happen every day, and it doesn't need to be 3 pages every day, which is what she recommends. And you don't need to, stress. The whole idea is to connect with your intuition, you receive messages, and you have fun. So in the last year or so, I found that I've enjoyed journaling even more because I'm not seeing it had started to be like a chore. And I'm now really only writing when it feels right. So I can only write once a week, but I will write 6 or 7 pages because it feels right. So I also wanted to say to people, just be gentle with yourself and listen to your inner guidance. It doesn't, and don't take it to the point where it becomes work. It's meant to be joyful.
I agree completely. I also picked up the artist's way probably about 4 years ago. And I had been journaling on and off before then. I had kind of gone through a period where I wasn't journaling as much. So I started journaling every day after and like you, I started at the beginning and the rest of it didn't resonate with me. So I just kind of did my own thing. I have a tablet by my bed and one of those e-pens. And in the morning, I will just write whatever. If it's, 3 minutes or 3 pages or 20 minutes, 20 pages, it's whatever I feel like doing. And some days I don't. Some days I get up and I get out of bed and I don't write, and it's okay. So I love that you said that because that definitely has been working for me. It's been 4 years and I've been doing it faithfully almost every day. Not every day, but almost every day. I love it. So with that, we're going to let Blossom play her piano, and the rest of us are going to mute ourselves because for some reason, when Blossom's unmuted, we're echoing. So we're going to mute. She's going to play, and we're going to journal.
All right, hello, I'm back. I'm going to mute my mic. So when I finish playing and if I talk and you don't hear me, just let me know to unmute my mic for my mixers because I'm a bit wheezy and I don't want to cough in the middle of my playing. So let me just unmute myself from the mixer. Thank you, everyone.
Amazing. Amazing.
Thank you. You know, I tried to record that, but of course, my audio software didn't work.
That's okay because I'm recording.
Oh, good, good, good. I'll mute myself now.
I know, I'm so sad. She's got to mute herself. We've got an echo. We haven't figured out where it's coming from. But yeah, that was amazing. And watching Carly is mesmerizing. I don't know if I should interrupt Carly. She's got a flow going there. Right, Suze? Wasn't that nice? I could be serenaded by Blossom all day long. Love her music. Blossom, if you want to speak, you can. I will mute myself or I'll stop talking. If I don't talk when you're talking, we're fine.
Do you want me to play another short one? Okay, all right.
I can't hear. I can't hear Blossom.
Oh, I can't either. You're right.
Sorry,
You're
I
right.
just muted myself. All right, test two. Thanks for letting me know.
Beautiful again. Thank you. Jessica had two great questions. Jessica always has good questions. Scrolling back up next to Natalie. So let me just scroll back. It just flew right by me again. I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on with the scroll lately. Natalie, Jessica asked if your journaling goes in a general direction and if it's being guided by the music.
So yes, definitely. So to start with, interestingly, I felt that the music blended in with what I was guided to look at in my journal, which is um, uh, taking risk. And when you are on your odyssey, knowing that there are moments of when you reach a crossroad, when you really need to get out of your own way and make decision. And what I'm journaling on at the moment, I started maybe 2 years ago a theme for creating my own oracle deck. And then I started exactly what Carly is doing, layering, with the first layer of color and then layering, knowing that I wanted to use the elements, the animals and all sorts of, and tap into the alchemy process because one of my guides is Merlin and he's worked with me in the jewelry, in energy, and he wanted to work specifically on the alchemy. And then I eventually found someone, a beautiful artist who could help me with the visuals. And then nothing happened for a year, absolutely nothing. And I thought, oh, well, maybe it wasn't meant to be. It wasn't the time. And basically in the last 2 or 3 days, ever since we've started collaborating about it,
Wow.
basically, she's come back and said, oh, thank you for your patience as I was going through months and months of nothing, of tapping into the void. She's come with amazing visuals. I've revisited it thinking, is it still resonate with me? I've gone deeper into the theme and basically I've now created 50 cards that she can just play with. And it was, I think, an encouragement that when there's that creative force that is deep within that keeps nudging you. But there's also a sense of your creativity responding to energy and to your own energy, and that there is such a thing as divine timing that really, even though the idea is there, it just needs that added spark from others and everything, to be put in place by the divine so that it's ready to ride. So the cards really started me. That was our Odyssey card that really got me, and that future vision and that psychic ability and that sense of awakening in revisiting at times, recalling your dreams is I think the theme that I'm journaling on at the moment.
I love that. And I love that you're back to working on your cards. I can't wait to see that when you finish it.
Yeah, the 4 cards, if it continues. And what came through is just like I've infused Reiki, not only my jewelry, but actually followed the advice of my Reiki teacher. For those of you who have done at least level 2 Reiki training. And she said that she infused Reiki in her logo, the logo that's on her website, and how it keeps pulling, allowing people to come to her to receive her teachings. And she recommended that I do that. And it's taken again months, but it's finally happening. And I received the guidance to also infuse the Reiki symbols in every single one of these card in my oracle deck. how that was going to really bring that healing, to people whenever they use the cards as well. So that came through literally through the journaling. So that
Oh,
that
I love that.
recognition and psychic abilities and awakening and all of that is really bringing things to me.
Wow, that's fascinating. Jessica says, thank you for sharing, Natalie, and that it's so interesting. I agree, very interesting. Bliss says, I have and infuse the symbols in my art too. Oh, that's awesome. I love artistic people. My creativity is around the computer. So I see people who can draw and be artistic and play and do all these other things. I love it.
Creativity is, oh my God. I mean, if you love cooking, which I can't and I don't like, my husband, I see him cooking and he is an artist and he is meditating. Creativity, go beyond, please. Just creating art or music or other things, it's a way of living. We are creative in so many ways.
Yeah, I agree. I love that you said that because Melanie, I don't know if she's still here, but she was in the chat and she does her mindful cooking. And I definitely, when I watch her, that's art. It's meditative. It's amazing. So I love that you said that. Jessica, don't let her hear you say what? So Jessica writes, don't let Melanie hear you say that. I wasn't sure what it was. But yeah, it's absolutely, I agree. Oh, that she can't cook, right? Well, I always say that I can't cook too. I will cook, but it's definitely not my preference. I've been doing it a little more, but I'm not quite at the point where I'd be like, oh, I love cooking. I enjoy it. But if somebody else cooks for me, I prefer that.
I don't enjoy it. I'm like, okay,
I love
I
it.
could be doing something else.
And see, I never enjoyed it either. And I started watching Melanie's lives and I was like, all right, I can kind of get into the groove of how this can be meditative and how I can enjoy it more. So I can absolutely, I can relate to both sides. Carly, what were you saying? You
Oh,
love cooking?
I love cooking. I love being in the kitchen. So I just wanted to quickly say, Natalie, when you were just talking, then you said something about the alchemy, and I was called to add gold, and gold wasn't even on the color palette that I was using, but I've added smears of gold on the top here, and I feel like that was the last thing it needed. I'm just going to stick my things on, and then I'll be ready to write in my book. So yeah, thank you for saying that word, because I don't remember the rest of the sentence, to be honest. It wasn't that I wasn't listening, but that word just like
That one
rang.
stood out. Yeah.
It
Yeah.
really, really stood out. So yeah, I just wanted to say,
You're
you know,
welcome. Love that.
part of the way in which my brain works and the way I do art is when something really stands out. I may not have listened to the whole thing or taken in the whole thing, but it certainly makes me stop and go, yeah, that needs to be added.
Well, you receive exactly what you're meant to receive, really, at the end of the day, in whatever communication are taking place. And this is why you have to release the need to feel that I get everything, and to be, to just relax and just to know that. Actually, that's another card that I pulled. I was journaling, which is in the same, and it says, what is meant for you will find you.
Yeah.
Wow, I love that.
And to just relax into that, and just not to. And that was, as spiritual people, we also are told that, which is true, our words have power, and our thoughts have power. And I got to the point where I was like constantly thinking, oh, Natalie, no negative thought, no, just, and because if it's meant to come to you and you have this negative thought, then it will stop it. And then I got to the point where I thought, no, 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 no. The universe can see through deep into your heart, into your soul essence. And it's not there to say to you, kind of have global jewelry and spiritual empire, but because this morning you had this negative thought, sorry, it's not going to happen now. I believe that the dreams that you are given are dreams that are well within the scope of you realizing them. You know, the universe is not taunting you by giving you, yeah, desires and then not allowing you to go and manifest and realize them. No.
Yes, yes. One of the first things that I learned from Carly and her husband Jordan, I kept saying, I'm just a tech, I'm not a spiritual person. And they were the ones who got me to stop saying I'm just, first of all, because they were like, you're not just anything. And that I wasn't spiritual, because as Jordan has pointed out to me many times, he was like, look at everything that you've been doing. You say that, you're just a tech and you just like bringing people together, but you're being guided to do these things. You are spiritual. And I mean, that had me look at everything in a completely different way. So I love what you said. And that card, what's meant for you will find you. I resonate. I feel like that message has been coming to me so often. I love that. Love it. Blossom's muted. Blossom, do you want to talk? Because I'll stop.
Oh, yes, I definitely want to talk. I just want to say how amazing you are. You are definitely spiritual because you're calling to use tech to, create the Zoom sessions. I mean, without that, we would not, all of us would not know other teachers. I feel that, through Ask Your Guides, I've known so many teachers, and it's just amazing. And you created that. And you are inspiring me on my next project, which is creating lives and inviting musicians to my life via Zoom. And without your inspiration, I would not delve into more tech stuff because I shouldn't say I'm not a tech person, but now I can say I'm a little bit more techy, if I can say that, than I was before. So all that because of you, because you gave me courage and inspiration to do that. And I allow myself to, yeah, I shouldn't say I'm not good at technology anymore because you know, you did that for me. So thank you, thank you, thank you, Tweenie. I'm so, I feel like
You're gonna
crying.
make
I
me
better
cry.
not
That's so beautiful.
say anymore. Yeah, you helped me to do that. So thank you. You are my guide. So thank you. Thank you.
That's beautiful. Thank you so much for saying that. You almost had me crying there. And
Oh, we
I'm a
can cry
I'm a
together.
crier. Um, yeah, it's amazing to me because that was why I wanted to do this. Because as a user, used to watch all the teachers on Insight Timer, and like I knew this teacher and I knew that teacher, but I was like, yeah, it would be so cool to see them together. And I remember Don and Diana wanted to do something together. And I was like, listen, I'm good with technology. I'm going to figure this out. And I did. And I got them together. And I was like, this is amazing to bring teachers together this way. And I thought, there's got to be a way that I can do that. And I love that I put it out there. And you were one of the first to accept. Carly, were you on our first Zoom as well?
No, I
it-
think that was on the second or third or something.
Okay, I thought you were on the first, but I know it was Blossom.
Yeah, good
Peter
things
was
take
there.
time.
That's right. That's right. But I had asked everybody, and like only 4 people took me up on it, and I didn't know what I was going to do. So I thought, I'm telling them, would you come on Zoom with me? I have no idea what we're going to do. They were probably like, you're nuts, but they came anyway, and it just took off. People loved it, and then we did one with 12 teachers, and we've been keeping it to about 9 because 12 was a lot. But it's just amazing, like you were saying, Natalie, what's meant for you will find you. I had no idea what I was doing or how I was going to do it. I just kind of threw it out there and it definitely found me. So, and thank you, Blossom, for saying that. Blossom, you've been doing amazing with technology because, for someone who's a musician and claimed not to know tech, you've been doing amazing.
Oh, thank you very much, Tweenie. I definitely am braver now when it comes to technology. I'm ready to deal with them. Yeah, thanks to you. Thank you so much.
Well, you did it yourself. So you're welcome, but you did it yourself. That's awesome. All right, ladies, I know we've been here for an hour. Oh, Jessica had another question. Jessica had asked if there were any revelations that have come through to you from journaling. And Jessica, I know there's a million for me, and right now I can't think of any. So I'm going to ask if anyone else wants to answer that.
Yeah, I certainly have. A friend of mine's daughter, sorry, am I not on mute? Okay, cool. I thought for a second I was on mute. A friend of mine's daughter wrote a really amazing journaling book. So for me, I've never been a writing journaler person. I was always visual, craft, creative, colorful, make things. And when my girlfriend's daughter wrote a journaling book on how to journal, like I think it's called the transformative, I can't get the name of it. Anyway, I've done a few lives with her type of journaling, and it really changed the way in which I connect with my higher self when I'm journaling, and I can have a full-on conversation and be almost like automatic writing with that style now, which is really powerful because, we often don't sit long enough to listen to the whispers of what we've got to hear. But to have a journal with your higher self was writing in it was mind-blowing for me. So yeah, I've definitely had some breakthroughs, when you sit long enough to listen to what they want to tell you and connect in on that deeper level. And there's a form of journaling that I've done with Alyssa's book that has been fantastic for me. So
What is that form?
well, it's the writing backwards and forwards to yourself.
Ah.
So I've actually got the book here on my iPad. Let me find
I
it.
love that idea. I want to try that. I never thought to do that. I love it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I wish somebody would write back to me. So why not write back to myself?
Trying to figure out where I've got it stored. It was a Kindle book. I bought it on Kindle. Here it is. The Transformational Journaling Method.
I'm gonna
So
look it up.
yeah, it's an amazing book. And I'll open it. Oh, open up the main page so you can see it a bit better. Oh, wait, Kindle. Why? There.
Oh, I love what Jessica just wrote in the chat. She says, one prompt I worked on was if grief has a color, shape, and or texture, and what that was. I love that.
Yeah, so the transformational journaling method, and there's a lot of different sections of the book, but one of them was how to hear back from yourself. I don't know if I can find it. But I love the way, and being that it's an Australian lady, she's straight to the point. There's no fluff, there's no, and it's really like she has journaling to manifest, there's journaling for the releasing limiting beliefs, there's journaling for the new moon, the full moon, journaling for guidance and clarity. And this is the section here. So journaling for guidance and clarity is connecting with your higher self. And it says, you can see all my highlights, your higher power is who you already are. And so it's just the version of you who knows a bit better than the 3D version of you. Yeah. And so she goes through and she gives you examples of how to, like, what it will look like. And it's about writing what you want to know and then listening and hearing the answers and then writing that answer down. But it's about inviting in your higher self for the journaling process as well. So you actually do a ritual where you're connecting and you're actually writing, please join me in this journaling ritual. And you're writing these words. And so you're actually putting it out to the universe that you are connecting with them on a deeper level. And not just mentally, not just in our minds, in our book. Yeah, so it's definitely a different way of journaling that I'd ever approached, and I loved it. So it works really well for me when I'm really stuck and feel like I really need to get an answer that I know I've got somewhere inside. I just need to unlock it. I do a cacao and I connect with myself, and I invite the goddess into my journal and my higher power. I'm open, I'm ready, I am willing to listen in whatever way you are ready to show me. and then listen to what comes through, and just write down the first thing that you hear once you've asked the question. So you write your question, you write the answer, you write the question, you write what you hear. It's really, really amazing.
Sounds amazing. I'm going to check out her book and I'm going to try that. I love that.
Yeah.
An awesome suggestion. And I was
So-
talking the other day too about, oh no, go ahead, Natalie, go ahead.
No. I was just going to answer the question also of my
Please.
journey with journaling. So, which started obviously using the cards. So obviously prompting the cards in terms of what does my soul want me to know today, and then just unfolding that. But I'm finding that there, as I've evolved on that journey, sometimes very clear prompts, like very specific question, like what Carly was saying. So I'm using sometimes this one here, which is The Way of the Wealthy Woman, journaling, and it's got inspiration, practices, and wisdom questions that you can use for journaling.
I need that book.
Anything, yeah. I belong to her. This is Taylor Eaton. I belong to her Wealth Vibe community, which focuses, as you can hear, on abundance, wealth, and money, and all of that. And it's incredible. And she has a whole bunch of, when I think about money, my inner guidance, tells me that, So that's the prompt. So sometimes I use that. Sometimes I literally sit in front of the blank page and really connect, as Carly was saying, with my higher self, and just say, okay, I haven't got anything specific to discuss, please tell me. Other times it's something comes up at the weirdest of time, when I'm making a bed on the toilet, I don't know, or I'm in the shower, and I just know that it's worthy of me. It wants to tell me more, but I need to sit down and really in front of my page. And then sometimes that's when I've written like 7 pages in 20 minutes, so it's like so ready. It's been bubbling deep within, and it's just like going, so also knowing that there isn't one way that you're going to journal, that it's going to evolve as you evolve as well.
Yes.
And other times I'm using, for example, something that, if you can relate, if you listen to online card readers, like on YouTube, they will have read on a particular subject which I find interesting. I either pull my own cards, or I journal on the pile that I chose in their reading and what it gave me, and something will spark my desire to know more. So I think it's just, if you're nice and open to cosmic prompts, if I could call them as well, they'll come, and then something will unfold from that.
Yeah, absolutely. I love that. Yeah, sometimes I don't know what I'm going to journal about either. And I just, I'll be sitting there looking out the window, and it's almost like you just kind of get into this zone. Blossom, did you want to add anything? I see you over there. It looked like you had a thought. No? Okay. Because I don't want you to stay muted if you want to talk.
So following on from those prompts that Natalie was saying, and it's similar but different. my ADHD brain works. Recently I was told about, and I haven't listened to it yet, but I have seen the cards. There's a podcast called Imperfects, I think it might be called. Imperfects. Anyway, there's a deck of cards apparently that you can get, and they're like really deep and meaningful questions that you can have with the people around you if you want to have like a nice, deep and meaningful conversation, instead of you just having those light, airy, fairy things. But they would make really amazing journaling prompts, because I was looking at the cards the other day at my girlfriend's place, and it was fantastic. And one of the cards was, often we see that if you could speak to your younger self, what would you tell them? Well, this card actually said, if you could go back to your younger self, what would you do? Not what would you tell them? What would you do? And straight away, for me, it was be a child, because I had to grow up way too early. And I just knew that I'm like, that would have been such an amazing journal prompt to write about. You know, what came to me first was to be a child, to act like a child, and to allow myself to be childlike. And I suppose that's why I'm really drawn to this type of art as well, because it's the finger painting, it's the mess, it's the creating just for the fun of creating, which is really childlike. And so, yeah, I think it's called The Imperfect. So I don't know if that's the exact name, but it's apparently the podcast, and there's a deck of cards you can get, which what I think I want to get, not just because I hold family potlucks every month, which is the friends we call family, because we don't have any family near us by choice. So we've got a beautiful array of friends around us. So every month they come over and we have a potluck lunch. And I think those deck of cards would be great for our family potluck lunch, but I think they'd be really good for journaling as well.
Yes, I love that. What a great idea.
So, well, I was just finishing off my page. I'll just quickly tell you about my page. And I did the same on this page here. So I've got these sections that I've put down for when I write, so that I can see the words a bit better on my abstract background. And I'll just let you know that, again, these were intuitively put. I don't know what I'm going to write on them. I don't know if what I'm going to write will fit on them, but I'll make it fit, because that is where I was drawn to put the quote backgrounds. So, but yeah, the page is basically finished. I'll just add some information about each of those 2 cards, well, 4 cards, because I've got these 2 to do as well. And the page is done. So I really wanted to thank
That
Blossom.
page right there, those cards matched all the colors in the cards that Natalie pulled. I love that.
Yeah, and I really want to thank not just Natalie for pulling those cards and giving us the beautiful inspiration for the process, but for Blossom to, you know, play so beautifully in the background while I was off on my other zone planet. So I do apologize if I wasn't following along with the comments. I was kind of just in my own little world. So
No, that's fine. That's what we do.
yeah, but thank you for having me again and letting me make a mess on the screen and have fun. And I didn't mess up my new nails too much, which I'm happy. I did my nails yesterday and I went, oh, damn it, I probably shouldn't have done that before I was about to, you know, make a big painty mess the next day.
Yeah, but as an artist, I mean, isn't that always, aren't you always into something? So the nails are never going to be perfect. That's okay.
No, I know. But like having them nice for at least one day would have been nice. So
Yeah, I know the feeling.
so I was sitting here like scrubbing away before I got most of it off, which is good. So.
Yeah, no, this is awesome for me. I've enjoyed it. So I hope the 4 of us can do this again. I will check all your schedules, because
Yeah.
I can do this every week. I love it. Absolutely love it. And if this is a good time for everybody, I'll keep doing it. I'll keep scheduling it every week, same time.
Well, look, I'm only up to the Lovers and the Chariot. I've still got to fill this whole book. So yeah.
All right. Good.
I'll come along every week and add something into my tarot journal. That's it. That'll get me motivated to do it.
Excellent. Do you want to share with everyone like when your next lives are coming up? I'll let you start, Carly, since you're talking.
My next lives are no idea. And let me have a look.
Maybe I should have asked you, Natalie.
Because I schedule so far ahead in advance. Hang on. They're right. Yeah. All right. So I know Sunday night, Queensland time at 8 o'clock, I have a cacao meditation and card pull. And then on Tuesday morning, my time, we're going to be in the kitchen, because I want to prove to everybody that you can make friends with salad. I'll be making some amazing salads.
I'll be there.
And then next Thursday morning, I'll be doing a creative session. In my other journal, we're going to be creating the next month's becoming board.
I love the becoming board. I love that.
Yeah.
Oh.
Natalie, what about you?
I'm Miss Regular at the moment. So I have you're the one who's spicing my live schedule.
Good.
So I have live group readings every Monday. I do 2. I do one at 10 a.m. Australian time, which is really good for the US, because it's your Sunday evening.
Oh,
And
good.
that tends, and I start by, because I'm at the moment, I've always been a keen astrologer. I mean, I am not an astrologer, but I love astrology because to me it gives like the energetic climate, that we are moving into, and it just gives you an idea. So I always start my live by giving a little bit of either the astrology of the month, or if it's a big astrological transit like an eclipse or like a super big conjunction or Pluto in Aquarius, that came through and all of these things, then I talk about it, then I pull cards for the collective and all of that. Then I do individual readings, and people can ask questions, very general questions, all the way to, and I've had super pointed, detailed questions. So I used to do, so there's two readings, one at 10 a.m. Monday morning Australian time, one at 7 p.m. Australian time on the Monday evening, which is very good for South Africa, India, Europe. I have people from around the world, and then I used to do that for an hour each session, and then basically I found myself staying late all the time. So I now do an hour and a half, which sometimes go to 2 hours, and we have just a beautiful community of people who are helping each other. When you ask questions from the cards, you allow yourself to be very vulnerable. So,
I'm
at
I'm
the
a
moment,
huge fan of those sessions.
yeah. So, and it's very cathartic, and it's very good to get other people's. Occasionally, people bring their own wisdom and perspective, and it's just a beautiful place. So I do these 2 lives every week at the moment. So who knows where I'll go, but that's what it is at the moment.
Yeah, that's wonderful. I'm gonna put that on my schedule so I can be there. And I love sessions like that. And I know they're very popular. So when you said you booked them for an hour, I'm thinking there's no way because I know, from having been to others that people will just keep asking questions and it definitely runs a lot longer than an hour. But I
Yeah.
love them. Love them. And Blossom, share with us when you're going live next.
I'll be going live tomorrow at 11 a.m., which is just under 24 hours. My live will have just started by this time tomorrow. So I hope everyone will join me. And I can't believe 2 years has just gone past of me being a teacher on Insight Timer on the 17th of February. And yeah, this has been such a journey. So inviting everyone to join me tomorrow. And next week, I am yet to schedule. So please check my teacher's profile. Yeah, I just want to say that lives have been disappearing on my phone. And even though I've log on, log off, and install and reinstall and all that. So if you know that your regular teachers that you follow are not on the live event list, please check their live profiles. It's very likely that you can find the links there. So I just want to say that because, yeah, it's been some glitches of some kind. Yeah, thank you very much, Violet, for having me, and looking forward to do this again with you, Carly and Natalie, and has been such an amazing time. And thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you for having me. Thank you.
Thank you for being here. And I will book same time next week because I can't wait to do it again. I love it.